Hey, what's up? This is A12, and we are bringing you the top 32 of the BBR Scramble, and this week we're taking on Grump. Now my hearing's a little bit off, so if I sound a little funny, sorry about that, but let's get into this team. So he brought the Iron Crown, Wheezing Galar, so generally not too many surprises. Now we're bringing a very special Screamtail this week, which is actually a weakness policy set, rocking the Calm Mind. As I noticed, his team is a little bit slow. So if I can get the Iron Crown to trigger my weakness policy, once I get sufficient chip on his Gouging Fire, it could potentially be an excellent endgame win condition against his team. So generally looking at his team, he could lead the Wheezing Galar if he really expected my Roaring Moon lead. I'm kind of tempted to call that out. He could lead the Mammothswine and just get rocks off if he is like a rock set. He has a lot of potential options here. One thing that I noticed is his water resists are a little iffy besides his Volcanion, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave my Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is good on neutral against everything besides his Iron Crown and besides his Enamorous, which I have answers to both of them. Or I hope I led. We'll find out. I intended to lead Roaring Moon, but looking back quickly at the screen, it looked like I might have accidentally clicked Salazzle. So Salazzle's a good lead if he doesn't lead Mammothswine, but if he leads anything else, it could be a little bit iffy. And I'm pretty sure Mammothswine's going to lead here. As he leads Wheezing Galar. Okay, so he's fighting aggressively right away. I lead my Roaring Moon, generally fine. And he reveals Misty Surge. Interesting, so he wants to reduce my damage output. So I could fire off my Banded Earthquake here, get a large chunk. I don't really see the point in that right now. I'm just going to fire off U-Turn and find out whether he is like rocking a Rocky Helmet set. So is he rocking Rocky Helmet or is he the Black Sludge? He's probably Black Sludge then, or he's running Shuka. Either way, my play here is very brain dead. I'm just going to bring out my Lizard. Lizard will be able to take any one hit this wants to go for. As he goes for Clear Smog, okay, that's going to do like nothing. And here, my Toxic is incredibly free. He has no Toxic Quotient. It's because Corrosion do the funny sometimes. It's a little unfortunate that my Sash is broken, is because that could create a situation where that Gouging Fire can be a little more scary endgame. But I think I could play around it. I still have Terapagos, which is like a spec set, which should generally be able to check it. Ideally, he goes Gouging Fire here. But I don't think he will. I think he's too smart. Volcanion. Sweet, so I'm going to be able to get really valuable chip on this. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am a fool. I am a buffoon. I completely forgot Misty Surge blocks that. Oh, no. Oh, that was excellent on his end, which I did not expect at all. Oh, and I don't have a good switch into this. I mean, I have to go out into Roaring Moon, but I really don't like my Roaring Moon taking this chip. Damn. I am a buffoon. I really should have known. Oh, he's like Flame Charge that. Okay. That's a little scary. Can this win? No, I have my Terapagos, which can check it. I'm just gonna fire off U-Turn. I could fire off Earthquake aggressively, but something tells me he might Terra here. Actually, no, it doesn't get Terrain Pulse this generation. So he shouldn't be able to one-shot me with anything, even if he is like superpower set. So I'm just going to U-turn. If he Terras, fine. But that'll give me some valuable information. Now he's going to think about this for a while, because this is a very difficult 50-50 for him. As he elects, okay, he elects not to risk my Earthquake. Perfectly fine. So he goes out into Enamorous, okay. I get my big U-turn off, get a little bit of chip. He finds out that I'm a band set, and my Roaring Moon switches out. Now, who do I want on neutral against this Enamorous? I could go my Wellspring and fire off Swords Dance kind of aggressively. I could also go with my Corviknight and just generally press the kind of free Iron Head or U-turn, as I'm like rocking an Oka set, and find out what his set is. I could also go out into my Lizard, but Lizard's a bad play if his train isn't wearing off this turn. I'm just going to go out into my Corviknight. It's generally kind of free. If he mystical fires, fine, he mystical fires. I get some information. And here, I can go for the Iron Head, potentially try to take out the Cineramorous here, but I'm not going to do that just because I'm fine with the Cineramorous getting this chip on Corviknight, as I don't really need Corviknight that healthy for anything. Like, it's nice for Mamoswine, but not really necessary. I've been pressing U-turn a lot, so he might just rock call out my U-turn, but if he does that, that's fine. Like, I did like a little risk-reward analysis in my head, and I'm fine with Corviknight taking this chip if it needs to take this chip. Especially since this will tell me what his Cineramorous set is. I should have been keeping track of Misty Surge turns. It's because... yeah. Because that could have been valuable information. As he switches out, okay. I think the next play he's going to call out my U-turn. It's because I've been pressing U-turn just so often. So I U-turn, does nothing, fine. Switch out, and I could go out into my Roaring Moon, fire off a big knockoff, which is tempting. As chip on this will be valuable for my Screamtail endgame. Especially since I could go out as my Turtle here, but I don't know whether this Volcanion is going to be like Assault Vest into my team. So I'm just going to go out into my Roaring Moon. And knock off. As a worst case scenario is he goes out into Weezing, and I think Terrain should run out this turn. So if he goes Weezing, I could go out into my Salazzle. If he calls it out, fine. Not the end of the world. Sorry, I realized that made absolutely no sense when I said it. I'm thinking a couple moves ahead. Like, if I knock off, he goes Weezing, Terrain runs out, then I switch into my Salazzle. If he dubs out into Volcanion, fine, I could go out into my Roaring Moon again. But Roaring Moon would be taking chip in that scenario. And since this is a Flame Charge set, it could potentially be like some set that just beats Roaring Moon if I let it get to chip. Aziteras, okay. Yeah, I didn't go for U-turn, unfortunate, as I know that this is a Terra Grass set. I just went for the raw knockoff. I'll find out what item this is. If it's a Assault Vest, great, that's great for my Turtle. No! Okay, so it was a Assault Vest, so I made the right play. That shouldn't kill. Please no burn, please no burn, please no burn. Yes, no burn, okay. So, wait, is this... how many turns of terrain that is that? That's a lot of turns of terrain. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's good to know. He is running that item on Weezing. I don't know why he would run that, but okay, that's good to know. So Volcanion is essentially out of this game. He's probably going to preserve it as sack fodder or preserve it as a way to potentially apply pressure to my Corviknight. Now, I think his Weezing is super free here. But the good news about him going Weezing, if he does opt to do that, is that allows Weezing to take Key Chip, which potentially puts it into my Roaring Moon Earthquake range. And looking at his team, Weezing, weak to Earthquake. Okay, no, he has the Cineramorous. Oh, he stayed in and let it went down. Okay. Sweet. So I don't have to worry about Volcanion, so I can just kind of freely spam my funny water move with my Wellspring. Let's see, who's Cineramorous. Now I'm really tempted to make an aggressive play and stay in here and knock off on his potential like setup or something. Do I need... no, I still need this for the Iron Crown, so I can't do that. As much as I want to make that aggressive play. Instead, I'm just going to make a Brain Dead save play and go out into my Corviknight. If he calls it out, fine, he calls it out. Like, I mean, he knows what I'm going to do, it's kind of Brain Dead, but it's my best set of plays. So, let's see, does he call it out, or does he just Moonblast? I think he calls it out here. No, he just Moonblasts, okay. Is this... okay, so that's probably a Scarf and Cineramorous, honestly. So I'm just going to U-turn, as I'm pretty sure this is like Scarf. So, and also U-turn is generally free, is because I could, even if he stays in and Moonblast again, I can U-turn it out into my Ogrepon and essentially get a free kill with the Volcanion out of the way. Words. So let's see what he does. He's gonna think about this for a while, so he might just stay in and Moonblast, but I don't know. No, he doesn't just stay in Moonblast. Okay, so he's just not calling out my U-turns at all. He might be waiting for like the ideal situation for him to call it out, but I don't know. Is this booster? No booster, so I don't need to worry about that. So I just U-turn, and my Roaring Moon feels very free here. So does my Lizard. No, Flamethrower might not kill, depending on if this is like an Assault Vest set. So I'm just gonna go out into my Roaring Moon and fire off a big knockoff. I'll also find out whether this is like a Scarf set. Actually, no, I should have... that was a dumb play on my end. As Ironcrowd is one of the Pokemon that I need weakened for my Screamtail endgame. So do I knock off? Yeah, I'll just knock off here. If he goes Enamorous, fine, he goes Enamorous. If he goes Wheezing, fine, I'm not that scared of Wheezing. I assume that's Wheezing. Yeah, Wheezing. So I could have made the aggressive Earthquake play and tried to take this out, but that's fine. So I get my big knockoff off. I know that this is a terrain extending set, which I'm kind of curious to talk about in post-game. It's kind of... I really don't know what his reasoning was to running that. And sorry for no commentary on my play. It's just... there's nothing Weezing can do to a Salazzle, so... He can call out my play here, but even if he calls out my play, what can he go out into? I mean, he could go out into Gouging Fire, but I want to Toxic that Gouging Fire really badly, so that's fine. Thunderbolt, that'll do nothing. Yeah, it does nothing. Oh no, I keep on forgetting. Terrain's up. Okay, I might make an aggressive double then. Yes, but if he goes Gouging Fire here, that could be an issue. So I'm going to make a little bit of an aggressive play, and no, I'm not going to go Roaring Moon, but I will go out into my Water Pond. The reason why I'm doing this play is if he goes, the Gouging Fire is his best way of winning this game. So I can stay in with my Salazzle, but it's a free turn for his Gouging Fire, which I really don't want to allow happen. You know, he doesn't know that I'm Beano Shock at this point. But yeah. I'm so... If I was Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, I would have stayed in Sludge Wave here, but I am not. So let's see, does he call out my aggressive play? Okay, so I made an aggressive play. Let's see, does it pay off? Do I see the Gouging Fire? I assume that's Gouging Fire. Yeah, Gouging Fire. Okay. So, Terra Time and Ivy Cudgel. This will do a very large chunk. He doesn't have a switch in. And Gouging Fire chipped is fantastic for my Screamtail endgame, as this was like, this and Iron Crown are the two things that really put a dampener on my Screamtail endgame. As well as his, oh, he Scarfed Enamorous too, so that also puts a dampener. So Terra Wellspring, I fire off the funny Ivy Cudgel, and let's see what he does. If he lives this, if he isn't two-shotted by this, I would be shocked. I know that this doesn't get Will-Wisp, just because I've ran Gouging Fire before, so I don't know what he's going to do. He might set up Dragon Dance? No, I feel like if you... Let's see what he does. I don't really know what he does here. Citrus. Interesting. Okay, does that take him out of Cudgel range? Oh, he should still be in Cudgel range. So Dragon Dance, very scary, but I do have my Terapagos to check this. Now the question is, do I allow... I don't think my Water Pond takes this hit. Yeah, I definitely don't live in Outrage. So, who to sack? I'll probably sack off my Lizard, honestly. No, I kind of like my Lizard, so I'll sack off my Water Pond. Oh wait, Dragon Call might not kill then. Yeah, Dragon Call doesn't kill. Sweet. So I guess, yeah, so, okay. Gouging Fire goes down. Yeah, I guess not bringing Outrage is fair, is because I do have the Corviknight, but... Actually, wait, that was like a max defense Gouging Fire. What was my man cooking? Yeah, I'm not too sure what he was planning on doing with that. It's because without the immediate... It's because I have so many offensive threats that if Gouging Fire doesn't have immediate power, like from the Dragon Dance, it's never going to get too off against my team. So with Gouging Fire gone, I could actually play my Terapagos a little more recklessly, as that was like the main thing I was keeping my Terra Shell intact for. So let's see, he has Iron Crown, Wheezing, Mamoswine, and Namorous. None of which really want to switch into me. Which he could go Iron Crown, that's fine. I'll get the Iva Cudgel chip that I need for my Screamtail endgame. If he Volt Switches, I don't even think it would kill, honestly. If it does kill, fine, but I don't think it will. If he even lives this Ivy Cudgel. Okay, I got the crit. Volt Switch. Will that break? Kill? No, it doesn't KO. Yeah, his Speed Water Pond's very bulky. Sweet. So, Iron Crown took the sufficient chip needed now for my Weakness Policy Screamtail to win. The only thing really preventing it from winning at this point is the Scarf and Amorous, as I'm fairly certain that this is Scarfed at this point. So I'm just going to go Corviknight. I mean, I think he'll Moonblast Speed. I think he's going to think, oh, he doesn't know that I'm Scarfed. But with the way he's playing it, I'm fairly certain that this Enamorous is Scarfed. Which is fair. If he reveals he isn't Scarfed, then my Screamtail kind of just wins at this point. Let's see, does he Mystical Fire? I've done this every time. I am rocking the Ulka in case he has a Mystical Fire set. No, he just Moonblasts, okay. Fair enough, he gets a little bit of chip, gets special attack drop, not like it matters. And here, he has no Iron Head switch on at this point, so I'm just going to fire off the Iron Head. Very safe. If his Iron Crown is already basically dead. Weezing Galar, not going to appreciate Iron Head. Mamoswine, definitely not going to appreciate Iron Head. The only thing I can think that he's doing is he might be playing for like a Scarf Mamoswine endgame. No, but I feel like Scarf Mamoswine's so weird into my team. This should take him out. If Iron Head doesn't take him out, Corviknight sucks. Corviknight sucks, Jesus. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, I need to keep my Corviknight around is because that's my best check to the Enamorous. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out into my Roaring Med. If he goes for the Tack Down Cutter, he goes for the Tack Down Cutter. If he goes for the Volt Switch, great, I resist Volt Switch. And he'll probably go out into Enamorous, and we'll see what he does. So, Volt Switch, he goes out into his Scarf Enamorous, and we'll see what we do from there. Yeah, I'm so regretting Veto Shock of Salazzle, as I think Salazzle might have... Salazzle would have almost won at this point if I wasn't running Veto Shock. Wise Man, is that new? That is new, that's a Mamoswine. I'm going to force you to reveal whether you are running like a... yeah, I'm going to force you to reveal whether you're running a Scarf set, as that's very valuable information. I mean, and I also just don't have a switch into this at this point. So, I think I'm just going to Raw Outrage. If he takes me out, he takes me out. Ice Shard, that might not kill. Yeah, that doesn't kill. Sweet. So I get my big Choice Banded Outrage. And he reveals he's like a more defensive Mamoswine. Okay. He's probably just going to Ice Shard and take out my Roaring Moon, but that's fine. And after that, I'm actually just going to Calcus because this might be like an Assault Vest Mamoswine, but that's running a lot of HP. If he is Assault Vest Mamoswine, does my Salazzle kill? That was a very weird play. I don't know why he would make that play. Yeah, I have no idea why he would do that. Because Roaring Moon is a fantastic way for me to revenge kill his, whatchamacallit. It's a fantastic way for me to revenge kill his Iron Crown. So I think he should have took me out there. I mean, I'll just go Salazzle again. Thunderbolt will 2-hit KO me, but Flamethrower will do a very large chunk back to him. But yeah, I'm always nervous when opponents go for weird plays like that, because that means they know something that I don't. So Flamethrower. This won't take out Wheezing, but it'll do large chunk. Yep, does a large chunk. Thunderbolt will take out my Salazzle. But what is he playing for? He's playing for an endgame, which I don't see at this point, which is terrifying. Okay, so I think I go Scream Tail here. Ice Psychic, take him out, and I think I might go for the win. Question mark? Yeah, I think I might go for the win here. So I'll Psychic, take him out. He has no switch in. If he goes in Amorous, fine. It's going to take a large chunk if I'm running like a max special attack Scream Tail. Yeah. I think Scream Tail almost just wins this game. The Ice Shard on Mammothswine is going to be annoying, but I think I'll be able to play around that. So Ice Psychic, take out Wheezing. So what he has left is Mammothswine, which is weakened, Iron Crown, severely weakened, and Enamorous, which is Scarfed. So he definitely goes Enamorous here. Unless he thinks I'm like a defensive Scream Tail, in which case he'll go on into his Iron Crown. Actually, if he goes out into Iron Crown, can I set up in his face? Will I take the Moonblast after? No, he goes to Enamorous, okay. I'm not running Ice Beam this week, so I can't touch this. So let me think. Mammothswine Crown, so I want to keep Waterpond healthy. So I'll just Moonburst. Yeah, I think 2 Moonblasts might take out my Corviknight at this range. As he Mystical Fires. Over prediction. So Moonburst does nothing. Got it. But if he's Mystical Firing, I might be able to go out into Waterpond and take 2. Which I think I might do. Oh no, Waterpond was a really bad mistake on my end. It's because Waterpond creates a situation where Mammothswine might be able to clean up endgame with Ice Shards. If he is like in his Hellfest Mammothswine and... Actually no, Mammothswine needs a lot to happen in order to clean up with Ice Shards. So I'm just going to fire off U-turn. He doesn't have a switch in, and I don't want to be in on this on neutral. Actually, do I want to be in on this on neutral? No, I think it's better to be in on Roaring Moon on neutral and sack it off. Okay. So Iron Crown gone. And with what he has left, Enamorous and Mammothswine, I don't really have anything I want to raw. I mean, I can go for Turtle. Actually, Turtle wins. Yeah, I was overthinking. Turtle just wins at this point. I speed prepped it for Mammothswine. And even if he Ice Shards and breaks me, I'll be able to live a Moonblast from Enamorous after. So this endgame, I might skip around a little, honestly, it's because this endgame is very straightforward. I just fire off, he goes Mammothswine, he goes Ice Shard, and I fire off my Terra Starscream, and after that, yeah, that's game. Ice Shard definitely breaks my Terra Shell. That's fine. That'll do nothing. And I'm still out of Moonblast range. And Terra Starstorm definitely takes out the Enamorous after. So, good game. We are moving on to the top 16, barring some massive, massive surprise. I think even if this crits multiple times, it won't be able to break through my Corviknight. And I believe we're playing a rematch in top 16. Is we're going up against Blaze, who I think was the Annihilate team in my pool. Oh, Superpower. Okay. Does nothing because Terrapghost is a tanky beast. And we take it out with Starstream. Or Starstorm, to be exact. So, we're having a pretty solid run. Hopefully we can keep it up. And see you guys next week.